Cube. What are we doing? I like to draft monocolor cards and lands to start. Can I just start with Lulth? Oh, the what's it called has the Untapped has card ratings here. Untapped agrees that I should be drafting Lulth. Has numbers on these cards. OB Winter, thanks for the entire year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Sure was an easy way to show you all the overlay. Nah, it doesn't. The untapped overlay doesn't appear. Sad. Yeah, we're gonna draft the Lulth. The Crossroads could be okay. How do I
envy the strong, for they consume the weak?
Well, I mean, that's a pretty banger second after we draft the Lulth. There could be merit to just drafting the Mythos. But the worm's probably great, right? Now, I don't like drafting a second color on my second pick. You wanna wait and see what other people are drafting before you commit to a second color. And like here, we could start moving in on a second color, but I could also just grab this. Worm wheels pretty often. I don't know. Probably not on first picks, right? I think I'm gonna take the land here and just keep waiting to see what's coming around. I'm a big fan of drafting fixing. Usually you don't have a problem getting to like 21 or 22 playables in Cube. Super secret Jeff stream. No, I said I was going to be live today. I just took yesterday and today off my schedule because I wasn't sure when I was going to be live today. So the 27 months, Marky. Murderous Rider seems absurd, right? Aggro Mauling's also pretty good. I think I want the Rider. Quality utility removal. Happy Friday, Marky. Aetherborn sounds lovely. Solid curve here. By the way, for those that didn't see it, we got an official post from a Wizards of the Coast account, the Arena account, saying Alchemy wasn't going to get balance patches until like the 27th, basically was implied. So, Alchemy is what it is for a long while. Rampaging Ferocity doesn't seem very good. I think I might draft another dual land here. Scrying has value. I don't think this is very good. Might just draft the egg for potential fixing. We'll slide it into the board for now. Prepping for a Field of the Dead pick. Yeah, maybe. Nice. Crossroads Wield? That shouldn't happen. Somebody else should have picked this up, chat. I almost first picked this over the Lulth. People really undervalue fixing when they're drafting cubes. You only need like 6 to 7 playables out of each pack. Draft some fixing. Well, so Runeterra kinda did an oopsie in their most recent balance patch And they might have accidentally, mistakenly super buffed like this super linear thing. all the people that are like really big into Runeterra have basically been like, Jeff, you should probably hit pause there until they emergency patch. Runeterra people are expecting Runeterra to emergency undo one of their buffs. They might have done an oopsie. I guess there's a chance this Mayhem Devil does something. This could be okay too. Yeah, I guess it's just like a Ravenous Rats, right? I'll take the Acquisition Expert. I don't know that I'm committed to the Red Splash yet. I don't have anything that sacrifices. Iceborne, for the Runeterra players, Iceborne Legacy is the card that I'm referring to. Yeah, chat, Delver's not really playable in Cube either. Sorry. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I might board a Fading Hope in if we end up in blue. Technically, I have 2 blue dual lands here. Take a Gutter Bones. We might not play that depending on how big our deck ends up, but Rights or Glass Pool? I grab Rights for now. We could end up on I don't know exactly what splash we're gonna potentially end up on. It's gonna keep drafting duels and see what other cards come around. Like we could realistically be into like any of these 3 colors for splashes. Demonic Tutor. All right, I guess if you're gonna twist my arm about it, I guess if you insist. Ebon Death is fine. Elspeth's Nightmare is fine. Phoenix is sweet, but I don't think I want to commit to a double red card. Yorian at 6. I don't think we're gonna have. I don't think this is a 60 card. I'm gonna take the Drinkalith. Inquisition's probably not very good. This card can just like draw a card and replace itself. It also makes okay blockers in case we're playing against something aggressive. I think I'm gonna take this. Just decent board filler. Need some more 3s here. Yeah, depending on what other people are drafting, we might wheel a decent black card out of there. What alchemy rebalances are you looking for? There's a bunch of rebalances that would be good. There's also just like an endless list of cards that are underpowered and underplayed that they could buff. Man, the Gonti could wheel. Bone Crusher's pretty good though. The Bone Crusher probably doesn't wheel. That kind of commits me to red, but I have 2 red duels. Like, I have Fight with Fire, so I wouldn't mind being in red. I'm gonna commit to red and try and wheel the Gonti. There's a good chance it doesn't come back around, but this is the line. This actually isn't terrible. I have a couple of things to flash back already. That's true. Yeah, whoever took the wrinkle is probably gonna grab the Gonti. I think Bone Crusher's better. I don't know, I could go either way on that. Gonti being able to fish up the opponent's bomb has a lot of value. We're also like a lot of picks into that pack, so even if someone wasn't in black, there's a good chance Conti doesn't come back around, just because of how late into the picks it was. Lord of the Pearl Trident, thank you for the 32 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Might end up just playing this as like a tap swamp that scries. Well, I mean, but there, it's such a tough pick, Chad. I want the creature land. I have 13 playables already. Fine, I'll take the Gray Merchant. We have a lot of black pips in the deck, you're not wrong. I guess I don't really want to play Gutter Bones anyways. Thank you for the 53 months, Judginator. I appreciate you sticking around. Welcome back. Sign in blood, sounds lovely. Why does the auto picker want to give you a green card? That's actually a really funny comment. Like, it's actually the only color of card I don't have drafted currently. Nice. We wield a red-black duel. You'll have to see it. This is another decent card for Goblin Dank Dwellers here too. This might actually be okay. Nice. Midnight Reaper came back around. You flashback Stomp with Dark Dweller. You cannot. And Burial Rage might actually be okay too. Like Forsaken Crossroads and an egg we could play. I don't know that we'll main this, but it's definitely a card that could commit out of the sideboard. Pagan's Inscription, huh? Just like good and flexible. Edict could be good too. Ashiok's fine. Yeah, Inscription's another card that makes Dink Dweller better. Gives it value. Easy pickup on the removal that also continues to make Dark Dwellers better. You don't want to like draft bad cards to make this better, but picking up like lots of playable instants and sorceries that happen to work well with this is a lot of upside. Yeah, easy triome, right? Four black-red duels. Yeah, you could technically pay kicker, but it's unlikely, obviously. Shadow Lord, thank you. Thank you for hanging out for an entire year. I appreciate the support. Wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you, so thanks for keeping me around. Man, so I only have 18 playables at the moment. I guess I have some other cards that are like loosely playable in the sideboard. I think I'm gonna continue drafting the lands. Thundering Rebuke could be pickable, but I'm a big fan of always casting my spells. You'll win a lot more games of Magic if you can always cast your spells, chat. Little known fact. Yeah, and drafting more duels means playing more double red cards like this is super reasonable. That's a great pickup. Really fantastic pickup. I was gonna take a braid. I have a ton of fodder for this. It fills my curve nicely though. It could just be Siege Gang Commander. Siege Gang is a more individually powerful card. Yeah, it's true. You don't even really need a lot of fodder. Like I have gutter bones, right? Oh man. Oh man. The Graveyard Trespasser is spicy, but what am I supposed to do? Pass a K command? Yeah, and like look here, right? Remember when I was prioritizing taking these lands? I'm at 22 playables already. We'll draft the Ashiok for control matchups.
For your life. It makes your nightmares sweeter.
Just like actually add basics and go. I might want one more land actually. Okay. I mean, these are good with this, so is that. Yeah, we're gonna have to make some cuts here. Whew. Ended up with a lot of cuts at the end, huh? Yeah, Cube's Phantom chat. They'd have to charge you like $900 to draft if they let you keep all of these cards. You want to sideboard my worm? What did he ever do to you? These poopers are kind of good with Dracolith too, huh? So it auto added 12. Let's get some foil basics in here real quick. Yeah, I agree with Tumos. Worm like single-handedly wins games. Let's not cut my worm. All right, I need 3 cuts. Three cuts. Yeah, you want to play 18 lands generally, chat. You'll lose way more games to not having enough lands than to having too many. Callus is kind of nice with Predator in this. Yeah, I think cutting Arena sounds fine. Acquisitions Experts, a little on the weak side, so we picked up other things that slot into the curve nicely. Is this really a Gray Merchant deck if I'm off of Arena? That might be the cut. Damn it, chat! Remember when chat talked me into taking Gray Merchant over the fucking creature land? And I said we're probably gonna have enough playables anyways. One of these swamps should be a Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Chat's the worst. Should always trust my gut and take the creature land shit. Dex Wayne, thanks for the brand new Prime. There's a ton of great people who can send those Beza bucks every month on Twitch. Thanks for sending them this way this month. Yeah, I think this is right. I should have taken the creature land. That's fine. I drafted all the dual lands at least, but creature land, like, and that's a good example of like why you should prioritize fixing. It's usually not hard to get a full list of playable stuff. Yeah, the new icon set is great, Twin. Thanks for the 4 years. We should play a different art swap so we can roast chat every time it shows up. That's the big brain play. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this on the draw. Like, obviously we could brick off on lands, but we've got a couple of castable spells even if we do that. And if we curve out, this seems super good. BT dubs for people that like to schedule things on their calendar in advance. I know a lot of people are adults and need to do that so they can get time off of work or make schedules and stuff. After this weekend, our next open's going to be February 19th, and that one will again be a set championship invite event. We got that one. Got that one scheduled down so we can start plugging it during the broadcast tomorrow. I haven't decided on the format yet. I think we're gonna wait until the start of February to figure out the format. Yeah, that'll be the week after Kamigawa releases. Split format. No, it'll be a single format tournament. I'm gonna wait and see what the alchemy changes look like. Yeah, the next set releases on February like 10th, I think, 9th or 10th. No joke, one of the things that annoys me the most about games like Runeterra and other direct-to-only digital card games is the fact that you can't rearrange your cards in hand in those clients to sort them based on cost and stuff is so annoying to me. Absolutely despise it. Force the Storm Tamer off the table. Well, I'm glad we drew Lay the Land. We can tutor for the Scry land and then dig for another land, which is nice. Nah, I think the temple's better than a hive in this spot anyways. Yes, you have signed in blood. I think I just mind rot them here. I don't know that that's beatable.
I will show you what happens. My power is for annihilation.
The menace creatures might let us steal a win here along with like 2 damage off of a K command. So the hope is that we like burn them out, right? I have sign-in blood in my deck we could draw here too. There's a stomp as well. Yep. Doesn't God gain life? No, it does not. Makes us lose life.
I'm sure you'll miss me.
No, I'm attacking. We need to deal 2 damage before they have too many blockers. That scheme? I mean, I literally get to draw a card and then block something and then have another draw at a burn spell next turn, so it's really not the game. You're allowed to concede this game where we have 2 draws at 2 cards to kill them. And they also just can't target any of my creatures here or they're dead. You're right, that is game for my opponent. They have lost. Okay, good shot. Guess I can have a counter spell here. No. Okay, good stuff. Man. Generally speaking, I feel justified in my timeouts that I deliver, but that timeout for the "that's game" comment feels especially justified after that result. Growlin, thank you for the quarter veer. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I have a lot of little Dorkos, Massacre Worm kills actually, right? It's probably fine. I don't really have any answers to, what's his name, huh? You just click submit. Do I want Ashiok? Why do I want Ashiok, chat? They had a bunch of cheap evasive creatures that could just attack this before it does anything meaningful. Why is it only exiles my opponent's graveyard, chat? It doesn't exile my graveyard. Not doing Runeterra. Runeterra's balanced patch seems to have flubbed their format a little bit. The feedback from people that are mostly all in on Runeterra have been has not been good. They made a really powerful pump spell burst speed, so it's no longer interactable, and people are just getting run over. It's on tap for Runeterra. We're gonna do some trios with Matt and Breadboxer for Unite today. It's fine, I have Lay the Land for a red source. In case we need it. Wouldn't be the first time we've had to demonic tutor for a land. Okay, so we're actually gonna hold off on this. I want to play one of these on 2, right? This is gonna be a red source. I don't know, Springsbug. It's a good question. Cranking it from slow all the way to burst was a pretty push change, I agree. I'm just gonna draw 2 here. We can choose to scry with this even though we're on the draw. Get to bottom of land here. Nice. Let's show on the kick command for now. I could use it to kill both of these, but my opponent showed us a 6-mana artifact last game. So I want to hang on to this for the time being. So I can Murderous Rider kick command at their end of turn, and then we can Dink Dweller or something next turn. What are we flashing back? It's probably just Demonic Tutor, right? What do I want? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Oh, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Yeah, it could just be Massacre Worm. Lulth is a good option as well. I like that Massacre Worm comes back with K-Command. Although Lulth's better if they drop Scarab God. I think I take that. We don't talk about Bruno. Christy and I watched that with the boys the other day. It was really good. I'm blanking on what the movie's name is, but it was excellent. One of the new Disney Plus movies. My kids don't like Encanto. Yeah, that was it. That's the one. Yeah, there's a lot of people in chat who are in similar positions to me in life, who are 20, 30, 40 somethings with small children. Hypercritical Hedgehog, thanks for the 21 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. She's 13 and I would have watched it without her. I believe you. How old was I when I had kids? Well, today I reached the ripe old age of 31, and Jacob is almost 8. So I was 23 when he was born. I think we start by attacking and see what they do. I guess I could drop Lolth first. Yeah, let's just drop Lolth. And we'll attack and collect some counters.
Come closer, little thing, that I may see you better.
Distraction Ninja. Thanks for the sub-gifties. I appreciate it. I know my hairline and my quantity of children make it seem like I am much older, but I am in fact only 31 now.
Subservience will. I will.
Thanks for the sub-gifty, Mr. 3000. That's great, Eric. Right, so we technically just have them dead to reach here next turn, right? Our board is fairly menacing. Every child ages you approximately 5 years, chat. So think of me as 46 if it makes you feel better. Alistair the Mad Mage, thanks for the Prime. I appreciate the 14 months. Welcome back. Do pets count as kids? They do not, because you can put a dog that's being mischievous in a crate for a couple of hours and society won't frown on you for doing so. Don't put your children in crates, chat. It's bad. When your dog's bad, feel free to crate it. That's allowed. Isn't a crib a glorified crate? That's a good way to put it. We do refer to the pack and play as baby jail. The pack and play / crib has an open ceiling though, chat. I think that's the deciding factor. A crate has a closed ceiling on top, right? I think we bottom that. Our odds of drawing another land are pretty good. Famous last words. I think is the oldest you should be to plan on kids. I think you shouldn't take your life/family building advice from a talking head on twitch.tv. I grab Chandra here. I think the answer to that question is different for everybody. You gotta remember, chat, at 23, like, Christy and I had been married for over a year at that point. We both had pretty reasonable jobs. We knew what we wanted to be doing. Our children were all very explicitly intentional. We had 117 people signed up for the open when I checked before I went live today. Yeah, like, and I've talked about my, life growing up too, but like at 23, in addition to having been married for over a year, like I had finished my graduate degree like 2 years ago at that point. Like, Christy and I knew where we were at. Ojitize command. Wow. I ran that out first because I wanted this to get countered instead of Chandra. Getting Ojitize command that can only counter creatures is a pretty big feels bad. Oh no, chat. You know what the scariest part about being 31 today is? It means I've been done with grad school for a decade. That's the scariest part. Yikes. Ugh. Who hurt you, opponent? Approach the second sun. Vomit.
Today's my lucky day.
I only went to grad school, chat, because I didn't have to pay for it, and I finished undergrad and I didn't want to try and get a real job. So going to grad school was a good plan at the time. As it put off looking for jobs for another year and a half, 2 years, however long it took. I think it was like 18 months. I'd like to break this one, please. I'd like to break this one. I assume we're dead. They're probably gonna get back to this before we can kill them here. My undergrad degree was in math with a minor in education, and my grad degree was in just pure mathematics. And we lose. Good shit. And by good shit, I mean, what a rancid stain of a set of play patterns. What a miserable experience. Feels bad, man. Let's cut a bunch of these creature removal cards. I mean, the control part of their deck wasn't the frustrating, miserable part. It was the win condition that I literally had 0 interactive elements for. Like, the control aspect is whatever. Our deck actually has a lot of really grindy elements to it, And if my opponent didn't have a 1 card we can't interact with win the game combo, we probably beat their control elements in a fairly trivial manner. Spell-based combo decks in Magic tend to lead to really frustrating play patterns because only one part of the color pie can interact with spells on the stack. So it leads to large imbalances in formats when spell-based combo are things that are good. I don't know if Approach the Second Sun is good in this format, or if, you know, we just like paired into a bad matchup is likely. But in general, in constructed formats, when spell-based combo tends to be good, it tends to be pretty toxic because you basically have to be playing blue cards. I really think something that would probably make Magic a better game is if they expanded the color pie of probably white to involve more conditional counterspells. I think white should get more Mana Tithe style effects. Yeah, I mean, we have a good way to attack their hand here. We're gonna like discard Shock them or like Shatter an artifact, discard, and then we get to Goblin Dark Dwellers, Flashback, Mind Rot. They could just hold up a counterspell here though. Hopefully they just like put this 2/2 into play, and then we kill that, make them discard a card, and then we empty their hand here. It's like actually gonna be empty-handed on turn 5. Are we having fun yet, opponent? Maybe the rule should be we don't talk about blue, no. Is that the rule for Magic? Maybe that's the rule at WotC's office. They all know what blue does, but they just don't talk about it. Hey, Pelly, thanks for the Prime. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Oh, hopefully we don't regret this, but I think I'm supposed to play this as a threat. Please concede. Survey says rats. Scrap me a river, baby. All right, once more with feeling. Please concede. Yeah, I don't really like those types of special arts win megas. I really like borderless cards, but I don't really like the random different borders that make cards look not like Magic cards. Cadaverous Dancer, thanks for the entire year. Welcome back. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, if we find some black sources, this hand's pretty good. Never lucky. I guess Dark Dwellers isn't a terrible draw, all things considered. Well, with them missing a land drop, I'm just going to jam Aetherborn here rather than play out Inscription into the onboard Hermit. Kind of surprised they didn't try and draw the land on their turn and instead just missed the land drop. Find it? So, do I go for Inscription so I can Dark Dweller's Inscription next turn? I think so. I'm gonna take Gate Command here. Pass. Using Spell Pierce if you don't intend to block is weird, right? No, not at all. Spell Pierce is only counter unless I pay 2. The Hermit is counter unless I pay 3. So saving the Hermit to counter something later that Spell Pierce can't has value. Blocking with the Hermit also just isn't a particularly good play. Just like chumping 2 points of damage when they're at 18 isn't particularly exciting. Kind of work our way through this. I mean, the attacking is keeping my life total from going up. But you're right, in the grand scheme of things, attacking probably largely doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead and play Chandra here, because they showed us Ojutai's command I'd like to play around.
I'm the best fire starter there is. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Non-creature here is ideal into a potential command. Gosh, we're so smart and thin, chat. Just the smartest and thinnest Magic the Gathering player. Thanks for the tier 2 Drax and for the almost 3 years. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. The Crossroads is on black, right? Yeah. So I'm definitely Massacre worming here. The question is, Do I plus Chandra for mana so I can Skyclave, or do I plus her just to deal 2? Probably want a Skyclave, right?
Yup, you're going down.
You can pay the kicker for Inscription off of Dark Dollars. It takes 9 mana, though, obviously. I'd rather have Worm out than kick Inscription shit. Yeah, kicking this is +4. Technically still have enough mana with Chandra mana, but... And... start here, see what happens.
This'll be easy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill for the turn because I want to Emblem Chandra ideally. What's going on, Gandalf? Yeah, my schedule is going to be a lot more erratic than it typically is in the coming weeks because of gestures broadly at the state of the world. So you're going to want to make sure you have channel notifications on. You want to make sure you catch all of us live. Also, remember, if you're a sub, there are channel notification options in the subs Discord server. And you can get those just for particular games, too. So, like, I have an Arena Live notify, Runeterra, Pokemon Unite. So if you don't want alerts when I stream everything, the subs Discord server lets you get updates on just the games that you care about watching. Careful for Sublime Alt Chandra. Okay, I have a better question for you. Let's give people a lesson in how to play fucking Magic. How do I watch out for Sublime Alt Chandra? What fucking game actions do I take for that to be a meaningful thing to talk about? Sure, you can acknowledge that it could be there, but we're kind of just fucked regardless if it's there, right? Like, is acknowledging that that card exists something that's going to change the outcome of the game? Like, that's how you need to approach Magic. You need to be like, okay, does this... if they have this card, are there meaningful game actions I can take to play around it? And in a lot of cases, there's not. Magic's a game about making your opponent have it and just shrugging and being like, well, I guess I'm fucked when they do. And that's something a lot of people spend a lot of time and energy worrying about, things they could never beat to begin with. Or, like, in the case of this, like, do we just, like, take game actions into it to begin with? Like, you don't want to just be asking yourself, okay, what cards could my opponent have? You want to be asking yourself the more important question, how does them having particular cards impact my line of plays? Alright, I thought we were gonna cube a bunch, but that might not be the case. I just want a fucking format where I can attack and block, chat! Why is every format on Magic Arena just infinite fucking control decks? Why? Why is it every format? I just want to play with mid-range and aggressive decks. We drafted a sweet mid-range deck here, and we can't even fucking get away from control inside of Cube. It's... Thanks for the tier 1 sub, Rintu. I'm just really tired. I don't know. My schedule is gonna be sporadic because of the world anyways. I might need to take a week off of Magic. It's been really wearing on me lately. I mean, even in Brawl, we're gonna play a Brawl deck after this to give it a try, but there's a lot of people playing lots of fucking blue cards in Brawl too. It's been tough. Runeterra flubbed their patch yesterday. All the people I've been talking about that have been playing Runeterra have not been happy with the changes. Okay, we'd rather have them kill Gutterbones the Dreadwanderer, I think. Yeah, because like now I just get to pick this back up and replay it. Hey, they definitely should have killed Dreadwanderer there if they had no follow-up. See if they find the line this time. I assume they will. It's for the follow, pretend Tommy. We'll sacrifice this to this, because it taps this to give us a counter. Also, let's just start exiling cards out of their bin to screw with any other Delirium cards they might have. Is this person just not playing any creatures? Do they just have, like, green-red control? Okay. So, they're dead? they just had a bad draw. I don't know if they were a control deck. I think they just had a bad draw. I click submit for now. I don't really know what they're doing. It puts the control deck on the skin or else it gets the hose again. How's the cube fell? Jury's out. I'm going to reserve the right to come back to that when I see how much control is in the format. So far, 2 out of our 3 matches have been against blue-based control. I like to do, let's make up a random number. I like to do like 2, 3, 4 drafts before I start to form an opinion on a format. You really need to see a range of archetypes that people are playing and experience a few for yourself. I think we'll probably do 2 drafts today and then some brawl. How long is this cube up for? Will we get to do more cube next week if it's good? Hopefully the 2 blue control decks in a row to start was atypical. It's just a little maddening when we're playing this to try and escape those decks. By the way, chat, for people that are playing in our open tomorrow, if you want the best chance to be on coverage, 1, make sure you win the tournament or show up in the finals. But 2, I'll be doing my best to feature non-control, non-food decks every round tomorrow. I assume at a certain point that won't be an option and we'll have to feature them. But I am going to do our best to keep those off of coverage for the time being. Thanks for the prime sus. Welcome back. I wonder what it says about Historic that Bogles could be considered the good guy in that format. Maybe it's just there are no good guys. Maybe it's like a Batman situation where even the good people are actually kind of bad. It's probably more of a Batman situation, chat. There's Boggles and Historic. Yeah, the Auras deck is super popular. Oh, I should have played Midnight Fever in case they traded. You haven't seen Auras in ages. It's a deck I play against pretty consistently. It's one of the many white decks that can main deck things like Shriek Proctor.
You think I'm a crazy beast? Where do you see my... Oh, I wish you could see your face when I'm beating you.
Yeah, that's kind of how Magic's on-rotating formats work in general, Yogi. The formats tend to be pretty high power level, which means the things that are good tend to be much better than the things that aren't. Bottom that. Kill their planeswalker, pass with the removal spell up.
Alright. I'll just see myself out then.
So, here's the thing you have to understand, chat. The MTG Goldfish metagame is always useless because for Magic Online formats, it includes League data, which is artificially diversified. And for Historic, we don't really have a consistent source of deck list to pull from tournaments. So, like, the MTG Goldfish information in terms of, like, looking for sweet decks is fine to look at. But in terms of, like, is it an accurate representation of what's being played? The answer is a resounding no. I've talked about this before, but I actually think the MTG Goldfish does an incredible disservice to the Magic community by putting metagame percentage things that are just knowingly wrong on their stuff up there. They're essentially lying through omission with their website. And for what people who are new to Magic that don't know what I mean by artificially diversified Magic Online League lists, what I mean is when Wizards post deck lists from Magic Online stuff, they only post one example list of each archetype. So if there's 30 blue-red taking turns decks that do well in Standard, they only post one of them. Okay, just take this hit for whatever, then we Massacre Worm them. Thanks for the entire year, Brick Skipper. Welcome back. Appreciate the support. And again, just to make my position clear, I pull deck lists off of Goldfish on occasion too. It's a great resource for finding miscellaneous random deck lists from things. They're like, their website is good for that. It's well organized. It's just the fact that they present the data on there with metagame percentages as though it's representative statistically of something meaningful when it's using explicitly artificially diversified data is bad. It's intellectually dishonest at best. Power fail. Thanks for the Prime. I know there's a ton of great people you can send that to every month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it this way this month and keeping me around. I appreciate it. All right, we 2-1 the first cube. Do we lose money if we 2-1, chat? How bad is the rake? Does 2-1 break even? I'm afraid to ask. Oh, we break even. God bless us, everyone. Thank you to my benevolent WotC overlords on letting my 2-1 break even. I've been so good, Papa WotC. Thank you for letting me draft again after I 2-1. It puts the match wins on the skin or else it gets the hose again. Nah, Cube is Phantom. Cube's a bunch mostly rares and mythics, DMS. It'd be way too generous of them to let you keep the cards that you draft. Gosh, how much money would they charge you if they were letting you keep the cards you drafted? God, I don't even want to think about it. It has to be like an unreal amount, right? I think I want to first pick Chandra over Demonic Tutor. I think I'm gonna first pick Chandra.
Hey, over here.
She's kind of really good, shit. Again, for those that are new to drafting, you generally want to start by staying in one color so you can get a feel for what other colors are open at the table with you. So the 7 months, Damwing, welcome back. I mean, I know what card chat wants to take. This is the powerful card. I'm going to draft History because it's a good card. I'm not necessarily committed to either of these colors yet. Let's wait and see what comes around. Remember, we only need like 22 playables. Yeah, Poppet Stitcher is a really tough build around. I think I'm just going to take the individually good cards and we'll wait and see what comes around in these packs. The fact that History made it past 2 people probably means there's going to be more good white cards coming. Yeah, like now I just like take Showdown and move into red-white probably, right? You have two solid 4 mana card advantage. And we could end up on a splash still. Like, if we end up with another color, we could be like 3 color Splash Showdown, for example. Listen, chat, I didn't choose the red-white. The red-white chose me. None of these cards are particularly exciting. We'll draft this in case we want to splash blue. Hopefully that was just an awkward pack and not a sign of things to come. Banishing Light's fine. I think I want this over the Fabled Passage here. That's a Teferi's Protection, not a Swords to Plowshares. No Kolga 2 drafts in a row. Who are you? I don't even know who I am anymore, chat. Who am I? Man, all of these spells are just very bad. It's fine. We theoretically have 6 playables out of this pack, right? So we're actually not doing too bad, even if we don't get any more red-white cards from here, which we'll probably get, like, 1 more. Well, that's not even true, Lampton, because you don't draft in a pod, remember? So, like actually, in the last draft, we played against someone who had, like, a bunch of the same cards we did. Which, for the record, I'm very pro async drafting. I don't think the upside of being in a pod are worth the downsides. Nice. Wow. It's a 10th pick Adanto Vanguard? That can't possibly be right. Sweet. Shepherd of the Flocks, just like... So... Okay, so those other packs were just awkward, right? We're solidly in white. What is even going on? We are solidly a loaded white. We'll take it. I'm gonna draft the Forsaken Crossroads on the off chance someone else in this cube understands that fixing is good. Hopefully the retreat wheels. Now, I think based on the fact that we got this, like, 11th pick, the pup or the retreat are going to wheel. I always regret not taking the creature land, chat. I always regret not taking the creature land. I'd like the record to reflect the Pyro is close, but I will regret not drafting the creature land again. I could have been right to take the Ornithopter there. Spellbinder's pretty good too, though. Look at these slap lands, chat. They're coming for you. Do we just take the Bomb Diggity? I think we take the Bomb Diggity, right? I think I want the Lyra. Hopefully one of these wheels. Do I have too many non-creature spells for Thalia? Maybe? We could take the Kaya. I have an Isolated Chapel, and we have this Forsaken Crossroads. I have a lot of 5s, though, is the problem. If I wasn't on 3 5s already, I think I'd splash the Kaya. But because I'm on 3 5s, I'm gonna take the Thalia. Yeah, I think it's Immortal Sun, right? Mike the Knight, thanks for the 53 months. I appreciate the almost 4.5 years. Welcome back. Howdy, howdy. Yeah, like, I have Chandra that's a little awkward with this, but, like, if both of these are out, it's fine that they're awkward together. Oh, God. Why are we getting this pack? Pick 7. I actually just want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards out of here. That's so sad. Yeah, I'm gonna take the fixing, but like there's actually just like 5 really good cards in here. Super, super sad that we didn't see that pack till late. I think this is actually castable in a lot of games. This might be a 19 land deck, chat. We've got 3 creature lands. David! Thank you for the 68 months. See you tomorrow for some open coverage. This might be a 19 lands angle, chat. Eight, 18's the minimum. For people saying 18, 18's the minimum. With the Ornithopter, it might be 18 plus this. Teen plus birth for sure. All right, with these two, we're an 18 land deck. Yep. Remember when we said there were like 5 cards we wanted out of that pack, chat? One of them came back around. Yeah, easy Bone Crusher, chat. Yeah, this might not be a card that we want. I agree. I think it's this. I think this is better than Rebuke. I have a few other pieces of removal. I think I want the aggressive card. Spear is good? No, stop it. I wanted to point out white is open. Thanks for. And Cathar's good, right? And there were a few good cards that pack. Giant Killer could maybe wheel. Because nobody else seems to be in white. Wheeling Giant Killer would be nice. Easy Valorous stance, right? Any value for Resto? Not really. It's probably fine as just like a 3/4 flash threat, huh? I could just be Beaumont. Beaumont on one alike, win you some games randomly. I'm gonna draft this so we played against 2 control decks in the last draft. Yep. Yep. So what, I have 5 lands, we have 24 playables already? Need 2 cuts at the moment. We haven't actually been getting that many red cards. White is super open. The Giant Killer didn't wheel, but Brassy Lieutenant's pretty good. Chat, we're not getting an alchemy balance patch for 3 weeks. Prepare your body. We're going to play some limited on this channel. For the next week at least, we're probably going to do at least 1 cube draft a day. I was gonna do more Runeterra, but their most recent balance patch was a bit of a miss. Which is a little rough. What's going on, Vanu? Thanks for the almost 3 years. Thanks for the tier 2. Okay, so this only put 17 lands in. Dear Magic Arena, please use my borderless basics. Thanks. What's going on, Eric's? Thanks for the 3rd of year. Welcome back. Yeah, how big do we want to go is a real question. You want to cut Shepherd of the Flock? I don't know. I'm kind of into just like having a good like fine 2-drops. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards being lower to the ground and like cutting these. Let's start there. Let's start there. They drafted a Luris deck, chat. That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder what their card quality is gonna look like here. How many colors they're in. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good one. What's going on, Jin? Good morning. It's our second draft of the day, actually. We 2-1'd our first one. Lost to control deck, beat the other things. Like a disfigure here or something? I think we just do this. Yes, you can play flip cards without breaking Luris's restriction based on the thing on the back. You, however, cannot play Lisette from the graveyard. Okay. Lot of keywords, chat. Oh, it says menace. Bring me pictures of Valentine. It's a menace, chat. Go ahead and put counters on here, so that way we can start life linking in the air for a bunch. Seems good. Just clicking submit. Yeah, I'm supposed to board out the bowman on the draw. Probably a little bit worse when we're not on the play. Could see that being correct. This is like a constructed hand, right? You get like a dual land and 3 constructed playable spells. People who play standard brawl, does that queue actually fire pretty quickly? I honestly wouldn't be surprised if standard brawl fired faster than best of 3 queues. Almost as fast as Star Brawl. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Let's do this.
What about friendly brawl? What is friendly brawl? How does that differ than historic?
It's over when I say it's over.
Maybe I need to start putting some TBDs on my schedule. For people that are saying bonus stream for today, the plan loosely was always to stream today. I just didn't know when exactly I was going to have time to because of gestures broadly at the world around him. Haley's daycare room is closed theoretically until Wednesday. And the boys' school was closed, theoretically just today. But we'll see that. We'll end up seeing that both of those, I think, are likely to change. Yeah, I think unfortunately there's going to be a lot of TBDs in the not too distant future. Oh, and you know what? This comes back as the front side, and now I get to abrade to kill it. That's great. Well, while it's definitely true, Who Knocks, that, like, Christy and I are definitely both, you know, privileged / blessed or whatever you want to call it in many different ways. One thing we don't have going on for us that a lot of other people have is other family support. Like, Christy and I are largely just on our own with the 3 kids where we live. Most other people I know that have children throughout all of this have been leaning on parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles a lot. But that is not an option we have available to us. Yeah, we both grew up in the Chicagoland area. mean, I guess we Cathar the Luris, because we have to. We're not excited about it, but it's the line. I think there's a chance there are foretold cards of Doomscar here. If they had the Angel Maker, I think they would have pulled the trigger on it already, right? They have 7 lands in play. I think there's a real chance we see Wrath. Huh. Alright. Maybe they thought they could get rid of the Redain first. They're vigilant, right? Yikes. Yeah, I think we're dead, unfortunately. Maybe they wanted to wait until the Brutal Cathar happened. Could have been the case. Yeah, with another land draw in here, probably just did. I suppose if we draw like a showdown and flip this Moonrage Brute, we get to exile a token, right? So like showdown into a spell or Chandra into a spell, and we get to keep playing a game of Magic. Wait, did they just cast 2 spells? Alright, thanks. Okay, Chandra or Showdown this turn, then we really get to play a game. I'm gonna block this turn, so that way they can't draw a removal spell next turn. Is Chandra gone? Did we play her already? What did she get exiled from? Alright, I'm just passing, right? So I'm not dead on board because I have the creature land. Oh, the crawling Baron is gonna kill us, right? Sedge. Yeah, we go exactly dead. That's fine. We had game 3 on the play. Opponent almost served us that game on a platter. With how we boarded, let's run it back. I did. That was a good game, even though we didn't win. There's a lot of bad faith people that whenever I complain about control decks, they're just like, oh, you just dislike losing, Jeff. And it's like, nah, playing against control sucks when you win a lot of the time too. It's not about the specific outcome of the game that frustrates me with control, it's about the types of play patterns that ensue. We draw a white source, so we get to keep this around. Gets this. Our hand is so good. Okay. Or make some 1/1s this time around, which are 2/2s as long as Angel's around. Wow, that's their play for the turn? That's really good for us. They have a 1-mana way to kill my Angel, like a Disfigure here. It'd be a little annoying. Sure. We can dodge a sweeper, we can dodge a ball. Larry, on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are gone. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Clarion, we will always remember the Lyras and the Angels of Splendor. Song reminds you of South Park. See, I grew up with salmon. Whoa, man, something is super funky with my audio. We're gonna have to try and figure that out before the open tomorrow. Feels bad, man. Yeah, I was just about to say, before my audio just completely fragged out there for a second, I grew up with Sam and Dean, so that song always reminds me of Supernatural. Larrett Mage, thanks for the Prime support. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Chat didn't catch it. All right. Cool. It was very, as a perfectionist, it was very subtle. No, it's definitely not my headset. It's the microphone. For people that weren't here when the stream started, I had to futz with a bunch of stuff at the very start of the stream too, because there were issues. Believe it or not, my Elgato audio software that I was using is acting up. On Goga, thanks for the follow. My one piece of Elgato, something I have left on my computer that hasn't fully foobarred yet, but that might have to change if it's gonna keep being a pain. Speaking of, I need to find... I RMA'd my Elgato capture card. Need to go list it on Amazon for sale. I'm not dealing with that thing again. No, I haven't had a chance to list it. So I actually don't physically know where it is in my house at the moment, which is detrimental towards trying to sell it. It's hiding, it knows what it did. Yeah, basically. Ooh. Man, they're gonna ephemerate me next turn, chat. It's gonna be real bad. It ain't gonna be a good scene for our hero if they have an ephemerate. Like to attempt to block. Okay, that trade just happening is good for us. Oh no! You think I can fit anything else in here in my mouth alongside my foot, chat? Is this foot only territory?
You wanna go, tough guy? Oh, this is gonna hurt.
You wanna go, tough guy? Your current cube opponent has taken 5 turns in a row. I'm so sorry. It's gonna get a yikes from me, dog. Are they doing anything with their turns? Are they just like untapping and drawing cards? They're not? Okay, good stuff. Just turtling. God bless us, everyone. Yeah, I mean, if they have an ephemerate, we're super dumpstered. So I have 8 mana worth of spells in my hand. And I have 6, 7, 8, 9 total mana. So if I vomit my hand into play and then attack with Beaumont Courier and plus Chandra, I can draw 3 here, right?
Yup, you're going down.
I think I'm gonna attack with everything. I guess that lets them flash back the Eternal Witness, but like takes their entire turn, right? And then Chandra can kill it. I think losing Angel is fine. If I lose Angel, then they're not pressuring Chandra, right? Chaz has value. I have Matt and Breadboxer playing Unite with me today. We're just like looking for a showdown of the Scalds here, right? So this Shepherd of the Flock can pick Banishing Light up to then Banishing Light something else, which is nice. The open tomorrow is historic.
Asking for it.
Oh my god, they have the Ephemerate. They have Shepherd of the Flock, sure.
Time to toast your marshmallows. S'mores, anyone?
have so many cards in hand. Hey, Devo, thanks for the 3rd of the year. Welcome back. Is aggro not a thing in this cube? I feel like we keep queuing into people whose decks are just like dirtily value that can never beat an aggro deck. Does it not exist in this format? I mean, I'm 5 matches in and we've drafted mid-range decks twice and we've played against 0 aggro decks. All right, we're going big. Is the plan? Going up on over the top. We're gonna cut some of these mid-rangey value cards that attack on the ground. We just need to like pull up here. Do I want Immortal Sun? They didn't have any Planeswalkers. Probably not. Maybe the Anthem's worth it. Yeah, we definitely got bigger fish there. But his deck was just much larger than ours. You know, I'm actually just gonna use my mana and kill this because it's a 1/3 that'll block my 2/2s. Yeah, that's true too. We had a poor start thinking because of our mana and the mana war to start. It's definitely accurate. Hoping to draw a land next turn. Nice. And next turn we can showdown to find a land potentially. I mean, I didn't really want to play showdown this turn anyways. Gives us a better chance to generate value playing it on 5. So the tap land there is fine. Super. Thanks for the 33 months. Welcome back. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Starting late throws off my time of day greetings. Oh, left the door locked. Paige, thanks for the brand new sub. Welcome to the channel. All right, do we gotta kill Soul Herder this turn, or do we want to hit our lands? I think we need to try and hit our lands, right? That's tough, though. Like, they drop Thragtusk next turn and we just get stuffed. They probably would have Thragtusk last turn, though, right? Famous last words? So, we need to fight them in the going long battle, so I'm gonna pick up my Scalds now, because my mana next turn is committed to playing 2 3-mana cards. So I miss out on 1/1 counters from casting things here, but that's fine. Yeah, but then I don't have mana to play Showdown and a 3-drop on that turn, Zozy. So, like, you're correct, but it also hampers my sequencing in the future. Or is it worth taking myself off of that sequence for 2 1/1 counters? Maybe. I don't know, though. Playing honest mid-range deck seems really bad in this format. And I could tell you that I'm talking about this cube, but that's kind of a generic statement about Magic the Gathering in 2022. I think we're spellbinding plus Catharing this turn. Oh, God. Angel of Intervention can pull us back in. Maybe? Yeah, that's true. If we find the protection from Creature's Angel, we could be okay. It's an accurate statement. We get a bunch of looks at it. I'll take a draw step and a showdown. Concede before we concede. We do have an emissary. Okay. Artho, thanks for the 23 months. Welcome back. I'm gonna cast Emissary and hope that it's good enough. I think we ended up with like 50 or 60 installs for Ace Defender, which is fine. I don't get a bonus for that, but they pay me out a minimum. That's probably enough installs to make the sponsor happy. The stretch goal amounts are always more than they expect me to get. Hullbreaker though. Well, Hullbreaker can't bounce Emissary once it's in play, right? Is Pact of Negation legal in this format, chat? It is. Alright. If this gets Pact of Negated, we're starting Pokemon Unite. Just to set the mood. Look at that. The magic shall continue. Alright, please concede. They could have like a Fateful Absence, chat. Or like an Unsummon. Or an Elspeth Conquers Death. We'll finish our draft. It's sad that this feels like another... It's sad that this feels like another format where mid-range is shitty. A lot of control decks and over-the-top value decks, it seems like. Let's play our third match and see how it goes. We went 2-1. We managed to beat one of the blue control decks. Am I playing Beaumont or are we scrying for a land? I'm playing Beaumont. We're playing 18 lands. Hopefully we draw one or two. Yeah, I will say, while I am a fan of async drafting in general, it does feel a little bit bad to get crushed by someone who drafted a deck that shouldn't have been possible to be that good if the other people in their pod were average skill level drafters. Like, the fact that that opponent basically got to draft one of the best archetypes in the cube completely undisrupted, it seems like, is kinda brutal. And just for the record, async is ideal from the sake of ease and whatever and like not having wait times, but it's not all upside. It has real downsides like that. one's gotta go. Yes, there are also people that game the system like that who have more money than sense. And they draft and they drop from the draft unless they have a perfect or busted deck. They just spend endless money drafting and only play with decks that are cracked in half. And I'm not saying that that last opponent necessarily did that, but there's definitely people that do that. It's probably less prevalent in Cube because Cube isn't tied to rank, but the draft ladder from a competitive integrity perspective is basically not competitive. It doesn't have any competitive integrity at all. There's much less incentive to do that in this format. Hey, thanks for the 36 months, Superman. Welcome back. Thanks for the follow, Doomsucks. Yeah, I would wager that, like, people drafting for busted decks, like I said, is a lot less common in this format, but on the ladder, it happens quite frequently. The ranked limited ladder is like the essence of pay to win if you want it to be. I mean, like, and I know that, like, there's a lot of people like, wow, I can't believe people would do that. Like, people have more money than sense. But, like, for what it's worth, like, Magic Arena, the cost to whale is, like, much cheaper than other games. Like, if you've never experienced a game like Raid Shadow Legends, chat, the whales in a game like Raid, they spend like 4 or 5 figures a month on their games. Yeah, Genshin Impact's another one of those. Wow, super punished for not playing Radin. And a lot of those games, you can play them for less money than that, right? Like, I played Raid for a long time, spending like 50 to 100 bucks a month. There's people that free to play them, no problem. Yeah. Like, Arena is expensive compared to a lot of other digital card games, but it's cheap compared to gacha games. I think we just redeemed plus value here. Thanks for the 15 months, Bowerstein. Welcome back. Why do they even bother building casinos anymore? Raid Shadow Legends is actually owned by a casino company, I believe. I'm pretty sure Plarium's parent company is a casino company. But yeah, that's 100% what they are. They're just modern day casinos. Z-Man, thanks for the 29 months. Welcome back. God, I can't even imagine going to a casino in our post-COVID world. Man, casinos were disgusting. Casinos were disgusting before COVID. It's just like, you're like passing chips back and forth and touching cards and cutting decks. Like, oh man, yeah, I forget there's places where it's legal to smoke inside still in the United States. That's wild. We haven't had that here in Illinois since I was a child. I think next turn is going to be like a beep beep turn, huh? Like, make a 3-2, give everything 1-0 indestructible, and smash. I guess they have a 4-4 now. That's a nice draw. They're getting priority because they could crew here, technically.
It's my turn. Feel the burn.
It's not a lot of gold if you just win, Rook Jackson. It's free if you're winning. Ooh, that's much better for us than the what's it called? Oh, I have 7 mana. We could Stormseeker plus Brassy here. Do we Stormseeker plus Brassy or do we Lorehold Command? I think we Stormseeker Brassy. This is protection from multicolored, so this idiot can't even block it. They 100% put cube right before sets released to drain people of gold. This is 100% a we're trying to suck down your free-to-play currency event. All right, chat, we've got the scut. They've got the scut. I'm so confused by these attacks. Really? I don't know. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, I guess.
Yup, you're going down.
We've got spirit, yes we do. We've got spirit. How about you? They're dead, right? Oh my god, am I 1 short? I think I'm 1 short here, huh? I would have had lethal if I would have put the attack on the Redain. Yeah, because I would have gone block, 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 and they'd have taken 5+3. I messed up. them dead on board if I put the counter on the right thing, the attack on the right thing. That's fine. They're yes. Results. Okay. Opponent also messed up the onboard map. Was definitely their game to lose. Huh. Well, I mean, so 6 matches in, and we haven't drafted an aggro deck yet, and we haven't played against an aggro deck yet. I think when we're gonna do a couple more of these. I don't know that I have a strong opinion on this yet. I think we're gonna try and force something aggressive next week to see if that can be playable, but this cube at a glance so far definitely seems like it rewards being very, very greedy. To say the least. All right, shall we brawl? Let's brawl. Let's brawl our eyes out, shit.